as always, my videos will be up on YouTube. I'll be going over Bitcoin, ETH, and Sol like I always do, and then I'll take some recommendations. Don't put any coins in yet because I won't be looking at them yet. I'll go through Bitcoin first. So let's share this chart first. All right, so we have our range highs, we have our range lows. This was the chart that I posted in my channel yesterday, and we are right now at resistance, possibly putting in this flip. Notice how we had the breakouts, right? And then we had the flips, closed above. Now, this was our last lower high, right? We broke out. We actually put in a break of structure here. So, and we actually, did a retest of that previous lower high, and now we flipped it to support. So if we can close like this, and on a higher time frame, we have a bull flag here as well. If we're doing technical targets of a bull flag, then we are looking at a move to about 83K. Okay, these are technical targets for the bull flag. However, we're playing it level by level. Okay, so range highs, range lows, and we're at mid-range. So any trade during mid-range is going to be tricky. But I do think that the bottom is in for a some coins. I think AI is going to reemerge as the next narrative up, possibly up into summer, and then during summer it's going to be BRC20 tokens. So if we're looking further at Bitcoin here, right? I gave two shorts in my channel. Okay, I gave the short that we took here that hit TP2. My next short that I'm taking is going to be this one. Again, this is a hedge for my longs from lower, below. And if you are not long on anything, whether it's spot or leverage, you should not be taking this short. This is a hedge short, okay? And a lot of people don't understand what a hedge is, so I'm going to explain. So let's talk here. Let me make it easier for everyone. Let's take a look at what the fuck. One sec. Okay, let's take a look at Sol. All right. Now let's say that you longed Sol from. Let's make it a round number so it's easier to do math on. All right. So let's say you longed Sol here with a total of 25 coins. All right. So currently, for every dollar that Sol had moved up, right, you'd be up $25. So 25 times 25, you'd be up $500. Okay. Now let's say you took a short here on Sol. All right. Let's say you took a short, and this is your setup. This is not a live setup. I'm just showing you what a hedge is. Okay. And this is your long setup. Okay, so if you long Sol down here and you're up $500, first off, let's say you didn't take any profits, you should at least be moving your stop loss to break even. All right. Secondly, opening a hedge short, it means you're either going 1-to-1 against your long. So if you have a 25 coin or quantity long on Sol, you're opening up a 25 quantity short on Sol. It's hedged 1-to-1, meaning if this goes down, let's say $5, right? You make $125. This goes down $125. You don't lose anything theoretically. All right, you're still in profit here. You can be in profit here, but they wash out 1-to-1 basically from like here to here and here to here. It's net zero. Okay. Now, when you open up a hedge, okay, this is as I mentioned, in deep profit, you should be moving up your stop loss to break even, or let's say like you move your stop loss to profit. Let's say this is your new stop loss. Okay, so Sol can go down to here, and you'd still be in profit here, but you still would lose zero because it's 1-to-1. Now, with a hedge, if you're mostly believing the market goes higher, you're going to take profit. So let's say you short there and your first TP comes here. All right. So you TP. Now you have, let's say you take 10 coins off your short, you have 15 coins left. You're still in profit regardless, all right? But now you're not 1-to-1, meaning if this goes further down, right, you're basically losing out on profits because you're not 1-to-1, all right? So the whole point of a hedge is to protect your capital gains from, if you think the market's bearish in the short term, you short hedge 1-to-1, and then you add more to your positions on your long. So because I'm a spot trader and mostly trading spot, I'm trading my spot coins, or I'm hedging my spot coins. Basically, it's either 1-to-1 or 0.5. So I'm not fully going over, but you shouldn't be hedging more than what you are currently holding in either spot or leverage from below. All right, because at that point you're fucked if this goes the wrong way. If the short stops you out, right, and you hedge with a 50 coin short, and now you're basically taken away from your gains. Even though this is going up, you're erasing the gains because you have twice as basically what you're holding. All right, so the whole point of your hedge is to add to your longs or add to your shorts depending on which you're hedged on the most, and you take it from there. So I hedge my spot bags, take the profit, add them more to my spot bags. Yes, it's going to increase your average, but you have more position and more coins technically. What exchange allows you to hedge in futures? They all do. MEXC does, Blowfin does. They all do. You just have to enable it sometimes if it's not enabled already. Okay, so that's what a hedge is. A lot of people don't understand what it is. It's a very helpful tool. Do not over leverage and do not over hedge. Okay, now back to Bitcoin. So as I mentioned, I'm like long a lot of spot coins from down here, right? And I'm taking the short here. Again, it's a hedge against my longs. So if you are not hedged or in any longs from down here, you should not be taking the short. But it's a golden pocket short. Okay, my DCA comes at the 786 fib. It was previous range highs. Okay, and on a lower time frame, okay, it's an SR point. So we had rejections, right? We flipped it to support there, broke down, right? Failed to flip it to support here, confirmed the resistance, broke out, flipped it to support, so it ran higher. But look, once we broke down here, we never retested it. So not only is an SR point, it's previous range highs, as I mentioned, golden pocket. So there's enough confluence for me to take this short, and it's easy in validation. Now the stop loss for this, I placed it here because if we flip, so I will manually close this short. If we run up and we flip this to support, I will manually close the short. A lot of people are unable to take losses in this market, okay? Unable to take losses from coins that are underperforming and rotate capital into coins that are performing, and we all must be able to do that. If you have losers from above, like with me, I have a lot of underwater coins. Now Sol's almost break even, but Injective, my running average is 40.37. I'm most likely going to cut that soon. I don't care if I lose money on it. I'd rather put it into something that's going up and either recoup my gains or make and some. Okay, so if you are unable to take a loss and you're willing to hold it out till stop loss, or you need capital and you're unable to take loss, that's something that you have to work on. And like, if you're following trades from an analyst and they're selling for a loss and going somewhere else and you're still holding it, again, that's a judgment call that you made, right? Um, yep, opportunity cost. Yep. Okay. So Bitcoin, again, we're still range bound. Let me go to this chart here. Right, we're at mid range, so taking any longs here is going to be risky for the market. So again, play range highs, range lows. You can play mid-range when we are at range highs or at range lows. What does that mean? When we are at range highs, let's say we are here, right? Then you can play mid-range by placing bids and playing the bounce that way. Okay, so like if we were here, notice how we bounce from mid-range, right, and got like a 2% move, and then back to range lows. And then if you're at range lows, you can place shorts at mid-range because it does, respect it. But if we are at mid-range, you shouldn't play anything during it unless we have a flip of that range, of that mid-range. All right, so like longs here are very tricky. If we, continue to rally up and you miss the move, it's totally fine. You can get exposure in spot. Again, totally fine. But if you're leveraging anything around this area for Bitcoin or the market, it's going to be tricky to play. All right. I'm not looking for plays on Bitcoin other than the short. I'm more interested in more volatile coins. So my focus has been mostly on Sol. I haven't been trading anything else on leverage but Sol. I think I had like 25 trades on Sol in the past like week. But again, find where volatility is, and you can focus on making money with just one coin, as opposed to getting into 5 or 6 different ones and trying to hold trades. Now with ETH looks interesting. Okay. Okay. So, I mean, I covered these on stream before. It filled perfectly. I'm just going to remove these. Okay. Now, ETH here. Going to remove these. Go to the 8 hour. So, if we take a look at ETH here, it's putting in a bull flag. Okay. Just like Bitcoin, consolidation is a little bit wide. We hit supply zone, rejected from it, and we're still rejecting from it. Now, an interesting point to get along on ETH is going to come at one or two places. One, flip this area. Notice how we had support here, turned it into resistance, and still rejecting it. So we need to flip this. Okay, that's one. The second option is here is the support area, which we had trouble with for a little bit. Come back down here and then go. Now, if we do that, if we go to a lower time frame, okay, here's your trend, right? Now, we've been on this trend just like Sol. Okay. We've been on this trend for a while. Now, and a trend line is a support. So whether it's a downtrend or an uptrend, it's a form of support. The more touches of support, the weaker it's going to be. Now, ETH had taken the local highs here and put in a swing failure pattern, right? So we took out the highs, closed below. went to reject, closed below. So an area, I mean, if you're looking to scalp, and like the market really isn't moving. So if you're trying to overtrade with a lot of positions here, then or over positioning in a few coins, then there's no movement, right? Like it's a $50 range. So 1 point of bounce here for ETH. I'm not sure how deep we're going to get a retrace, but is basically going to be this order block here and back to the top trend line. Right now, this one's going to be very risky. It's a very, very tight stop loss. I honestly want this one here, retest of this support, stops below this wick here, and gun for higher. So it's a deviation. Okay, reclaim, come back, retouch, reclaim again, reclaim or retest the deviation point, and then go higher. Okay, so that's my play. That's what I want to take personally. But if you're looking for a scalp, then this is your play. All right, so it's going to be entry around 31.92-ish, and then stop around 31.36. And it's going to be tight profits. Like, I mean, this is a 4-hour trade if it goes there, but you're going to take profits if it reaches the supply zone here again, and then higher from there. Now again, this is going to be a very, very risky play because we've had multiple touches of this trend line. But if we were to draw fibs as well, we can draw it from here to here. Okay, it lines up with the golden pocket. You have the 786 fib there as well, and it's enough, along with another retest of this trend line. It's enough confluence to take a little scalp play. So I'll place this here in chat. I'm not taking this one. My personal play is going to be the reclaim of the support deviation and playing that one. I'll post both of them. Okay. Now let's take a look at Sol. One sec. I hate this new fucking trading view. So I posted. Let me get rid of. Okay. So I posted this original Adam and Eve in my channel, and I said you'd enter in on the retest, right? So you have, now this is a lower time frame Adam and Eve that I had drawn. Okay, here's the V, here's the U, right? Failed to break out and retest. We did break out, but we didn't retest. Then you had the breakout. There's the retest. There's the type, second and third retest. This was your trigger play. Stop somewhere below, and then you got a nice move up. Now, target for this Adam and Eve, the first one, has already been reached. Okay. And notice how when we got to the technical target, literally to the T, we dumped a little bit. Okay. Now, right? Now, if I'm looking at Sol on a daily, before I go into it, does this look bullish or does this look bearish? And why? Why does this look bullish? Yep, higher low. Okay, that's Zul, you're right the first time. Higher low. Okay, trend is still intact. Right, here was the last low. Here is the new higher low. Okay, it's still in an uptrend. Right, now in an uptrend on a higher time frame, you can have multiple impulses of lower highs, lower lows, higher highs, and higher lows. For example, okay, in black is higher low, higher high, higher low, right, higher high, and then higher low. Okay, but you have also in another impulse, here is your lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, right? Then lower low, and then we broke market structure, and then we put in another high. So you can have multiple impulses within a giant time frame on a larger time frame of higher highs and higher lows. But this put in another higher low right here. Trend is still intact. We swept all this liquidity and it looks like we're going higher. Okay. Now, two key areas of SOL that are going to be very troubling to get through the first time. Okay. And that is the here. Okay. Why here? All right. And I'll tell you why. Support, 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 support. Lost it. Never had a bearish retest. Okay. So this area is a very crucial one to get through the first time. We will reject the first time. Okay. We also have a supply zone here. So now it's an SR point. Okay. We broke down, never had a retest, and we can actually go up here, reject, and put in another lower high based on this impulse. Okay. Reject, lower high, come back down, right? As long as we're maintaining this trend, it's bullish. See, this is where the difference between a leverage trader and a spot trader lie. Okay, here is the touch, right? You have this wick. A lot of people got liquidated on this day, but look, we closed the candle above the trend line, thus holding support still, and then bounce, 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 bounce. All right. Now we have supply zone here. Okay, and if I were to take fibs, and we take it from, let's take it from this high to this low here. Okay, where is it going to be? Where is it going to be a hard place to reject? Bearish retest point, SR, supply zone, golden pocket. All right. So if you guys are looking for shorts, a good area to take a short for SOL. Now, I'm not saying go and put your house on it, but is going to be at this bearish retest point. You have 4 confluences here, about 2.2R trade, and if you're long down here, this is a good place to hedge your shorts. Okay. Now stop is very wide. You probably want to go a little bit lower, so something like that. Okay. So I'll post this. That's where I'm looking to hedge my longs for SOL. Now, where do we look to get long? I honestly would love to get, I mean, I doubt we get here, but my first area that I want to get long is going to be this order block. Okay, I don't know if we get that low. Bitcoin would have to legit shit its pants. Um, but if we were to draw a trend line here, okay, and we draw a wanky ass looking rising wedge with technical targets of there, right? So everything looks like it wants to point to this $51 area. That's where I would love to get long. So I'm placing my bids there. Now I got this based off an 8-hour order block. Stops below the wick. Target the highs. Okay. Now that is going to be a more of a swing trade. So I'll post this here as well. Okay. Now on a lower time frame, if we're looking to scalp, most likely a good area to get long is going to be this 2-hour order block. It's also an SR point. Okay, resistance, 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 deviation failed, breakout, retest point. Stops below, and then that. Okay, so two separate plays here, and then we have our short as well. Now, for those that don't know how I trade, I will never market long anything unless it's a confirmation play, meaning a SR flip, like for example on Bitcoin, right? I will long if we have a flip of this, stop somewhere below there. That's only the only time I will market long anything on leverage. Otherwise, when it comes to leverage, I place limit orders and I wait for it to hit. Right? It could take days, could take weeks. I'm patient. So that's it for Sol. Now let me take a look at, someone said take a look at the weekly. Let's take a look at the weekly. Oh yeah. Well, Doji there. Yeah, start of a new trend up. Yeah. Sol looks good on a higher time frame. I think Sol, yeah, even Sol BTC has put in another lower high, or sorry, higher low here. So this looks good as well. Okay, this actually looks like a start of a bearish 3 drive pattern. Let me show you what that looks like. Copy image. Okay. Bearish 3 drive, right? 1A, 2B, 3C. That would go along with, if we were to go back up to here, right? So something like that. Now this would send Sol to about like 200-ish, 220-ish, probably. How high do you think Sol can run this bull run? I think we can get to 300, 400. Yeah. Um, and then we go to zero. Fuck Sol. Tia is a shitcoin. Now, Tia, okay, Tia looks interesting here, right? Downtrend, we lost support, looking to possibly reclaim it, still hasn't. But I think if Tia can reclaim this breakout and retest, right, and hold it, then I think you will see like a 30% move. It's at a very crucial point though, because we can reject here again, put another lower high, and then go lower. But I shit on the staking narrative. I shit on the airdrop narrative. It's a total waste of time, and it's a scam for having you lock up your coins for such a long amount of time. And because of that reason, I got pissed. So I let go of Injective on my long-term bag. I let go of Atom. I let go of Tia, and anything that I staked. Right. So yeah. But I think that $15, if this is flipped, you will literally get it in like that week. Thoughts on staking in the bear? I think it's good, but again, you have to focus on what coins you stake. This is my last cycle, so I'm not going to be staking anymore ever again. But staking in the bear is actually good because you can grow your portfolio. Yeah. All right. So I covered everything that I wanted to cover. I'll take a look at some of your guys' coins. Not everything will make it. All right. And I'm not going to look at shit coins. All right. So only coins that I think are going to do well, and high cap coins. So I'm going to start from the top here. Whiff only because I'm still in it. I have all my DCAs filled. My average is 2.94. This daily looks really damn good. Let me go to a clean chart. Yep. So you have, again, this one looks more like a falling wedge. Here is your resistance that needs to flip, and you have a bull flag here as well. Now, we had a double bottom here that pumped as well. We actually broke out of this downtrend and retested it. So this looks like it wants to run. First TP would come here, like $3.40 ish. But once I hit TP around $3.28, I'm out of this trade. Like I said, like I'm not looking to get into these shit coins. If I wanted to buy a dog with a hat, I actually go buy a dog and put a hat on it, right? But bearish standpoint on this. Okay, you can say that this maybe looks like a little bear flag. So reject from there and then dump. Go and make the right shoulder, and then you put in left head, right shoulder, reject. Right. So right now it looks decent, but we want to see how it reacts to. This is like why I'm taking everything around $3.28. The top of the bear flag is there. Now if it breaks out and reclaims this, then yeah, it's going to reject here first and then run higher. But whiff right now looks decent. Okay, so I'll post this. FET hasn't changed. I'm still in. I think the next coins that are going to run are going to be AI coins again. So I'm holding FET, and I honestly think it's going to make new highs. So I'm in FET. I'm going to be adding a few other coins as well. I got to do my research and see which AI coins look good. Probably RNDR and Vanry. This is like one of my biggest bags. It's second to Ondo, but breakout. Okay. Now these are the levels that I gave in my class to my students, but like today was a gnarly day, and no, this looks like it wants to rip. Now, if you're looking for an entry, probably when it comes back down to 18, and then go higher. I'm not selling. I mean, I've been in this. I gave this to Unity when it was TVK at 4 cents. So I've already taken out more than my initial on a 600% pump. Now, this looks good. Breakout looming. Send it much higher. This is one of my top bets for AI. Okay. What do you think of Ton? I don't know what that is. What do you think of Say? I haven't looked at this coin in a while. So these are the buy zones that I gave in one stream. Filled, filled, filled. DCA filled. Demand zone filled. Let's do clean chart here. Okay, breakout happened. We are at resistance here still. Again, reclaim this, and you have a deviation. Flip it to support, then it can go higher. We have supply. I still own this, I just haven't been charting it. So we will most likely reject from here. And I want to see it do something like this, go and make another higher low, and then continue to go higher from there. But this is going to be a tough area to break. So anywhere from 68 to 75 cents, it's going to be met with some strong orders. But target of this falling wedge should send it up to this daily order block. Technical targets, okay? I think a good entry is going to be here. Something like that. Arkham. I know you guys are tagging me. I'm going in order. Arkham's at this order block right now. Most likely it will reject from here. Come back down, make a lower high here, or a possible retest, because you have demand zone. Let's draw it from here. Yeah, demand zone. I don't know if we get that, but that's where I would take it. Now you could take a long scalp here. Like this is where I would take mine. Now you can take a long scalp at this SR point. Now stop loss placement's an issue here because your stop loss placement is going to be very tight, around $1.94. You have to go to a lower time frame to find it, and we're placing it below that support level. So that is going to be your scalp play. Something like that. I'm not doing cake or bake or anything from, a fucking Barbie's dollhouse. AVAX. AVAX looks interesting here. AVAX looks like it's putting on a deviation. Oh, it actually did reclaim the support. We actually do have an inverse head and shoulders here as well. Let's go to a lower time frame. Now, the concerning thing is that we possibly are putting in a rising wedge here. And there's basically no resistance here and there. This will be a short attempt if we get it. Something like that. Put in another lower high. But if that's reclaimed, then we're playing this range. But if you are patient, and if the market does give a dip, then this order block yeah, if that breaks down here, that's the target. Yeah, you can DC at the bottom of the zone here at the golden pocket. So that is your setup if the market gives. Otherwise, you are waiting until this here is flipped to support. And again, like, it's not really moving much. There are better coins to focus on. But that would be the setup that I would take. Just gotta set bids and wait for it. Dogecoin. I'm not going down everything, guys. If I miss your coins, sorry. I don't care. All right. Dogecoin. Dogecoin looks spicy. Okay, we have a little bull flag action. You have a little cup. Actually, this is a cup and handle. Target for the cup and handle, 18 cents. Supply zone. Again, at resistance, my personally, or what I would do is I would wait for this to get reclaimed, and then I would long with my stops like somewhere here. Longing here again is risky. Bitcoin's at resistance, mid-range. This is why you don't long mid-range. Now, be careful with this side because here's the trend line, right? Lose that. This probably, yeah, this probably goes to like here. Yeah, this one, it looks good, but also needs some time to develop. I need this line, this resistance here to be flipped. Um, Otherwise, you get this play. The risk to reward is like, eh. Because if it rejects here, puts another lower high, and possibly goes further down. So either you wait for this flip to happen, or you set your bids there. FET really hasn't changed. It's the same exact thing that I gave in my channel. Just waiting for it. Ondo. Okay. I charted this out earlier for someone. It's in a bull flag. Okay. It's just consolidating here between 67 up until 87. This red line needs to be flipped for it to run. Now target for this bull flag is like ridiculous. Okay, it's like $1.35 with that's my last target for like $1.33 is my last target for Ondo, but this needs to break this resistance, retest, and then just go higher. Until then, expect chop here. Probably comes back down into the trend line and then goes from there. This really hasn't changed. There's not much movement on this coin. It's just a patience game. So it's a spot and hold. But this looks like I think I mentioned this before. This looks like early TIA. Okay. So okay, look. Actually, it's like right here. So if I were to go to this and Ondo, and you can draw this trend line if you want. Okay. You see here? See this? Okay. You also have this little consolidation. Okay. This is exactly what Ondo looks like, right? Hump, consolidation, hump, consolidation, bull flag, and then Tia did this, right? So if we're talking about this consolidation, and then from that point, it ran to, I think, 20 bucks. And in theory, we take that and we put it here around $1.50. So this looks like that. And I will sell this coin once it loses market structure, just like TIA did. Okay. This was the last higher low. Came back down, double bottom bounce. We lost it. Okay, we put in a lower low. We rejected right off that lower or that higher low, confirming the break of structure. So if that happens with TIA, that's when I'd be looking to off my bags. I'll probably sell it to one of you guys. Ave. Hmm. Is that resistance? Yeah, it needs to reclaim it just like that. We did take out the lows, so we do have a weekly SFP. We actually did come back and retest. Now, remember when I said, either if you're a student of mine or you watch my video about SFPs, if you miss this trade, always place an order at the previous swing low. It comes and retests it usually, and it did, and it goes higher. So this is a slow mover, but if this is able to be reclaimed, then yes, you can get a nice move. Now again, it's putting in another higher low. This probably looks good for a move until there. So what is that? 15% move. But just be weary of this. Like if this starts to round, then it probably goes back down to touch support. Yeah, but it looks decent. Do we start accumulating LDO ETC before ETH ETFs? I don't care for LDO, but if you want to. Who called ton? Why is this being... This is a shitcoin. This looks like pure garbage. That's probably where you bid. Yeah, that's probably where you bid. Yeah, that chart, that looks disgusting. I'll put the chart. I already went over Vanry. I'm not doing Cake or Bake Homelander. ENA. Nice little inverted cup and handle forming. This chart looks like it has testicular cancer. Um, hmm. Two questions. What is this coin? And why the run up and such a bad decline down? This probably bounces, honestly, from here. Oh, it's an airdrop coin? Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, it's on. I mean, like I can't chart anything down here, so honestly, it's like this is your invalidation. So you bid 928 down to 862, and then stop loss below the lows. Um, Targets are going to be that and the order block. ENA. What top 10 coin am I fading? Yeah, I'll post the Vanry chart. I mean, I won't explain this because it took a while, but flip, retest, boom, higher. Okay. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Um, Ton apparently is number 9 in market cap. What the fuck? Dumb. If I had a bunch of Ton, I'd drop it. Stupid. I swear, is it an airdrop from the Soul community? Yeah, because I mean, they come up with the stupidest shit. No jupe. Link. Sure. Link. I'm actually so the charts that I'm going to be looking at personally later tonight are going to be Link and some AI coins, and if I find entries, I'll post it in my channel. But I need to do some research. Oh shit. When the fuck did I do this? Well, okay. Pyth better than Link. Okay, one sec. Let me ban you. All right. So honestly, I would love for a dip into the $14 region to finish the fifth wave down. But honestly, I gotta do more research on this and like do some charting. I know it takes me like 2 minutes to come up with 10 plays, but $15 down to 14.50 looks good. Now the problem with Link is it's a slow mover. Okay, it's down 50% from the highs. It's actually reclaimed from the lows, like 30%. It's a slow mover. So I'd rather go with coins that have more volatility and traction. So like, for example, FET and, RNDR, those move faster than Link does. But when Link runs, it runs. Okay, like there's like no stopping it. Also, when it goes down, there's also no stopping it. So I'll do more research, and if I find entries for Link, I'll post it. But for now, it's gonna be $15 down to 14.58. So this demand zone here. Okay, this is if you're playing leverage. Whoops. I'm not playing leverage, so I would love to buy here and then heavily more in the buy zone, and then start, the uptrend from there, making higher lows, probably go up there, and then, like that. I don't know when I drew this chart, but it's following it's following it. Okay. Near. I got this and one more coin in me. I gotta get back to work. So again, near, we're basically still at entry. Got a bull flag. I'm waiting for DCAs to fill. I'm hoping this is a deviation, but we had a breakout, retest. It rejected where it had to, right? Maybe it goes down here, puts in a right shoulder, and then it finally rallies back to the highs. This is how I got my targets for near. Okay, so I'm looking for a move into this DCA region, fill, and then go higher. I just threw up my mouth thinking about Jupe. APT. Okay. Are we dumping? Yeah, we're dumping. So, what did we learn today? So, when you're having a discussion with your mother after school, or, you call your mom or your grandma, tell her never to long at resistance or mid-range. Okay, you can save them money. APT, lost the trend. I was trying to see where I drew that from. I don't know if this is making another lower high here and it goes lower, but that's range highs. This is your range lows. Okay. This is your mid-range. Okay. When we're at range highs, you can place orders at mid-range. So this, now again, not a great risk to reward type of trade here unless you actually play the mid-range, which is like this, then yes, you have a better R trade. But order block starts up here. We drew it from there. Let's drop from this low. Yeah, I would go with 9.48 stop loss below the wicks. Very, very tight stop. Otherwise, you long range low. Back to range highs. Stop loss on this one. Fuck. Stop loss on this one is actually tough. I'm not placing it down here. Yeah, probably $8.18. It's a lower time frame, so somewhere like that. Okay. This probably rejects at the bearish retest point, so if we do go there, reject, close below, you'll take a short. We have supply zone here. Now, depending on how long this takes to happen, this could line up with that short. But yeah, it's range bound. I wouldn't long this coin. At least here, I wouldn't long there. I'll post this. Cool, guys. I'm going to stop recording here. Sorry, I just got to get back to